right, today I want to talk a little bit about the shootings and stuff that's been happening lately. Um, the economy is just bad here in this country. I think on a lower level, as far as minimum wage and low wage jobs and stuff like that. Even I think the middle class jobs, a lot of those factories have just moved out and stuff like that. And I think, especially in the black neighborhood, a lot of people are just not. I use the word up to tune, in step on the economy. Uh, I think from a black perspective, especially the leadership, they tend to try to push blacks into fields that a lot of blacks just don't want, especially the educational field, the higher level education. A lot of blacks just don't want that. And they want to, they just want an average job, and I think that's not in tune with the black leadership is trying to push, and it's a conflict. Um, and I think when blacks tend to like linger in the neighborhood, and things are just not going right, and instead of blacks, excelling different into the engineering field and into the medical field. It's just not happening. And I think that's where the big conflict, because a lot of the the black leadership are pushing that, for blacks to go into those fields. And a lot of blacks, they just, probably just want to hang around, be close to their friends, which they feel comfortable with. And they just want to get an average job. And it's just not happening. As far as the minimum wage jobs, I think a lot of people, a lot of blacks like some of those middle class jobs, some of the low wage. They just want to, pay the rent, and it's a lot of competition as far as those minimum wage jobs. It's more competition probably for the minimum wage job than it is for, say, a person with a PhD. So a lot of blacks, they tend to just, hey, I'm just going to get out of high school. I just want to get out of high school and get a job. I know a couple of my friends and relatives. They had the grades and everything like that, but they just didn't want to go to college. For some reason, I don't know why. Because I guess they just didn't have. Some of their friends just weren't. Their friends weren't no PhD, so they just didn't know. It was a new area, a new venture. And so they just didn't want to venture into that particular area. And so they just, stay around and just try to get a minimum wage jobs. And it's so much competition for those minimum wage jobs. You got people from different countries from all over the world that's coming to America to get those minimum wage jobs, because they don't really have no PhD and well, they got some skill, but they just don't have the PhDs to to step right in and get, like, say, engineering job, a degree in the medical field and stuff like that. So they tend to, like, come over here and try to get the minimum wage job, which a lot of the blacks, that's what they want. And so it's stiff competition for the minimum wage jobs here in this country. And I think blacks tend to blame the leadership. I mean, not necessarily the black leadership, but they tend to blame the white leadership and the white people for their downfall.